Hello, my good friends. What's good? This is Uncle Investor, a full-time crypto trader, and if there is anything I love on this planet Earth, guys, I love my job because I work from any place of my convenience. I am not inconvenienced by location. Imagine even when I'm sleeping, I'm making money, and this is my office. There are no time limitations. Any time of the day, any second, I make money. Anytime I feel like making money, I make money. And the other thing is, I make money in a foreign currency. I make money in dollars. What does that mean? That I'm not affected by my country's economy. I'm Ugandan. Yeah, I'm from Uganda, Kampala to be precise. That's where I am right about now. I am not affected by my country's economy. No. Why? Because I make money in dollars and I make money using the smartphone. The smartphone you see here is a door to a whole different world. The world we call the digital world. I don't know if the digital world has really impacted you. I don't know if the digital world has really changed your life in one way or the other. The internet, to be precise. Well, I am lucky to be born in, this generation. I was born in 1994, to be precise. That means I have been lucky to live through three different decades. I lived in the 1990 to 2000 decade, and I lived in the 2000 to 2010 decade. Then I lived in the 2010 to 2020 decade. A lot have changed, but a lot of which has changed or have changed have really happened in what we call the digital world. The digital world was created by man. It was not created by God or God. I'm from Uganda, so we have to pronounce words by how they sound. Godi, I'm sorry about that, guys, What am I trying to get at, guys? When God was creating, he created two worlds. He created the physical world, or what we call the terrestrial world, where our body sits. This world we're in, The world where, items, things with masses sit. Density. Now, he created another world called the spiritual world. The spiritual world is where we go when we die. All these worlds have what we call doors. The door to the digital world, I'm addicted with the digital world, so I'm sorry. The door to the physical world is your mother. The door to the spiritual world is death or astral projection. The door to the digital world, as I said, is this phone. Remember I told you, God created two worlds and man he has created so far one world, the digital world. And the door to the digital world is here in your hands, guys. I make my money using the smartphone. Whenever I open this smartphone, the first apps I get to are the apps that helps me to make that money. I make money in dollars. I am not limited by time. Anytime I make money. I don't pay rent because the market I make money in, or the market from where I make that money, they give me a free stall. I make money from a crypto market called BINANCE. BINANCE is both a crypto market and a digital bank. Actually, it's the biggest. If you guys actually are overlooking these things, my dear friends, I pity you. If you're overlooking these things because you know much, I'm sorry, I pity you. If you're overlooking these things because of some rumors, I'm sorry for you. Let's try to go back. What are the major events that have happened ever since I was born? Remember, I've told you I've been through 3 decades, and right now I am transferring through the fourth decade, the 2020 to 2030 decade. Now, in the first decade, 1990 to 2000, The most talked about thing or the most booming thing was the internet and computers. Yeah, we had computers in, that decade. That's when computers became a thing. The internet became a thing. Internet cafes became a thing. It eased people's lives because there you could communicate, there you could calculate, there you could do a lot of this, that you could not do back then easily. Then, the 2000 to 2010 decade, we had what we call phones or mini computers. Yeah, when smartphones came, a lot of this and that, was talked. But today, this smartphone is my best friend. When we were still studying, they used to ask us, what is man's best friend? And we could say, a dog. My dear friend, today the dog is not man's best friend, but this gentleman here, the smartphone, you know. This gentleman has eased a lot of people's lives in different aspects. Personally, I no longer need to travel to the USA to meet my auntie, to meet my, cousins, to meet my different people there, for me to communicate with them. We do everything here. My sister in South Africa, I don't travel to South Africa to tell her that, this and this has happened at home. No. My uncle in Germany, I don't need to travel there. My friends in Japan, I don't need to travel there. This is enough, it will do everything for me. I have been lucky to travel to different countries around the world, and I can tell you one thing is there is no country that is as beautiful as my country, Uganda. I'm sorry, guys, I'm not trying to compare Uganda to any other country, but I'm trying to say is if there is any country I would love to choose to stay in for forever, it's Uganda. And love your country too, you know what I'm saying? Because that's my identity. I'm Uganda, I'm Sempebwa, Julian. Now, we've talked about the 1990 to 2000 decade. What we had was computers, internet, blah, blah. That was the booming thing. And the 2000 to 2010, what we had as the booming thing, the most talked about thing was phones, mean computers, smartphones, feature phones. Now, when we come closer, a little flashback in the previous decade, the 2010 to 2020 decade, we've had what we call social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, TikTok, Facebook, a lot of others. Yes, you could tell me that, oh, no. Facebook came in 2007, Twitter, YouTube. No, but they boomed in 2010 to 2020 decade. Now, today we are transferring through a whole lot of different decades, and it has its own booming things. The 2020 to 2030 decade. Have you changed your mind, or you still, stuck in how things were done in the previous decades? If you have any friend, you have to hold very close to you and yourself, and you have to change the way you see him or her is this friend of yours, the smartphone, my dear friend. This smartphone has changed my life. That I no longer need to go out of my apartment to look for a job. I make money in dollars. I am not in America. I am not in the USA. I make money in Uganda in dollars using my smartphone. I don't need to go out of my bed for me to make money. No, I don't need to go. Why? When I have this smartphone, no. And when you come online, you don't need to scam people. You don't need to rob people. You don't need to burglarize people for you to earn a living. No, you can make money, decent money, clean money, legit money using your smartphone. The same way I do. I am a crypto trader and I trade cryptocurrencies. I buy and sell cryptocurrencies, and the business is very profitable, and there are no losses because I mean spot and margin trading. Spot and margin trading, there are no losses. Yes. Go and read about it, my dear friend. Now, the decade we're in or the decade we are transferring through, the 2020 to 2030 decade, the most talked about thing is what we call blockchain, where the market in which I make money from is found or is staged on blockchain technology, or blockchain to be precise. When you go ahead and look for other things that are being talked about, just go to Google and search the most talked about thing in 2023. You'll find that blockchain is one of those things. You'll find that digital marketing is one of those things. You'll find that AI, or artificial intelligence, or what we call robots, is what is being talked about. So how has the digital world really changed my life? If I want to make money, I don't need to go out. I don't need to hire a physical or a human being to help me in my business. If I need to write a song because I'm a musician, I don't need to go to a songwriters. No, I don't need actually even to fidget writing it myself. I have a robot for that. If I need to do artwork for my songs because I'm a musician, I don't need to go to graphics designer to design for me some sort of artwork. I have a robot for that. The robot that helps me in making money in the crypto market. Remember, these things are new to us, This technology, AI, blockchain, blah, blah, digital marketing is new to us. If I want to make money the same way I employ a robot called Royal Q. It's AI. If I want to write song lyrics for my songs, I employ a robot called ChatGPT. If I want to do artwork for my songs, I employ a robot called Midjourney. Let me talk a little about Midjourney. Midjourney, if you've seen Pop Francis or Pop Francis, in Luganda you call Pop Papa. Yeah, Papa Francis. See. So if you've seen some photos, of Pope Francis circulating around on the internet, on social media, he was actually in a jacket and some sort of Puma shoes. He was dripping, to be precise. Those photos were not done by paparazzi or, taken by a photographer or, probably, done by a Photoshop or, a graphics designer. Those photos were generated by this robot called Midjourney, the same robot I use to do my artwork. You just command these robots to do for you what you want them to do. If you've seen some photos of President Donald Trump in prison or getting to prison or handcuffed, it's the same robot called Midjourney that actually has done those photos generated. If you've seen President Vladimir Putin of Russia, the same robot that I use to make my photos or artwork is the same robot that actually makes or generates these photos of all those three important figures in the world. AI. I told you if you go to Google right about now and you try to search what is the most searched about thing in the world today, don't be surprised if they bring AI, blockchain, and all those other things, guys, that are in the digital world. How important is the digital world to you? How has the digital world changed your life? What aspect of your life has the digital world changed? It makes me very sad whenever I see my friends struggling much to earn a living, to make money in the physical world, while they have their smartphones. I told you, you don't need to travel to the USA to make money in dollars. I am Ugandan, and I make money in my country, Uganda, in Kampala, to be precise. But even you don't need to be in Kampala for you to make that money, as long as you have internet on your phone. And actually, even you just need the internet to set or to command this robot on how it's gonna work. After that, you chillax, you enjoy your life, you relax, you go to sleep, you go have fun with your friends, you go to party, you go to vacation. You can travel, of course, with your office. I told you I'm lucky to have lived so far 3 decades. I don't know how many decades you've lived, and I don't know what story are you there to tell about those decades and how they have transformed your life. The 1990 to 2000 decade, what was booming was the internet, the digital world, and computers. The 2000 to 2010 decade, what was booming is the phones, computers. That's when even we had the smartphones. What was booming in 2010 to 2020 decade is what we call social networks, social media, and all that stuff, guys. What is booming today is making money online or using the digital world to change your life financially. Go and check. Go and check. Guys, no one is gonna remind you to make money online. No one is gonna remind you to use your smartphone to change your financial life. If you don't use your smartphone to change your financial life today, no one is gonna tell you are dead. No one is gonna tell you nothing of all that, guys. I am here to remind you, I am a living example. I make money using my smartphone. I started working in the physical world when I was 5 years of age. We could hug or vend vegetables around the villages with my mother. When I turned 7, we started vending clothes, second-hand clothes. When I became of age, I'm talking 19, 18, I was a security guard or askari. I have done a lot of jobs, guys, both downtown and uptown kind of jobs. But my dear friend, there is no job that has given me freedom that I have today, making money using my phone in the crypto space, blockchain. When you look at countries today, they are fighting hard to tap onto this blockchain technology, digital money, to be precise. Today, if you look and search for a word called BRICS, you'll find that BRICS means B, Brazil, R, Russia, I, India, C, China, S, South Africa. What does BRIC mean? BRICS means a digital currency that actually is being planned to be in place to de-dollarize the dollar or to weaken the dollar. Remember, the dollar is the most used currency in the world, but it's not the most expensive. The most expensive currency in the world is Bitcoin, followed by Kuwait dinar. So my dear friend, if you still think that we are in betting, we are in gambling, I pity you. I don't do betting. Actually, I've never done betting in my whole life. I've never actually gambled. Like gambling, life is a gamble, of course. Life is a gamble, but gambling, going to casinos and, do all those things, no, I have not. And I don't think I'll do it because that's not me. But it's okay for those who do it. It's like people who drink alcohol. It's okay, I don't drink alcohol, but it's okay. It's like people who smoke weed. It's very okay, smoke your weed, but I don't smoke it. So even betting, I don't do betting. I don't find it okay. I don't find it fun. But people who do betting, it's okay. Let them do their betting thing. So my dear friend, when we talk about crypto trading, we are talking about a business because trading is the buying and selling of a particular item with the aim of selling it off and get some good profits of it. So that's the type of business I'm in. I'm in trading and I'm trading cryptocurrencies, and I invite everybody out there to to come and join us and we make money using our smartphones. I told you, in this generation, you no longer need to go out there to look for jobs. You can actually make that money that you're looking for on your phone. I have done a lot of jobs in the physical world, and I have done a lot of jobs in the digital world. I won't mention the jobs I've done in the physical world because most of them are sad stories. The jobs that I've done in the digital world include forex trading, stock trading, order grabbing, drop shipping, and right about now I'm doing crypto trading. And if I compare my previous jobs and crypto trading, none of them come close to crypto trading. And mostly that I don't need to rent a place. I don't need to, I use transport to go to my workplace. I don't have a boss to shout at me. I am the boss actually because I employ this robot called Royal Q to work for me. Even when I'm sleeping, I am making money. You know, we have people in this business who are 80 years of age and they're making money. You know, we have kids who are 10 years, 17, 15, they are making money, and they are well off. So guys, I don't know, imagine your children and your wife all making money in dollars, no matter which country you are. It does not matter whether you are in South America, whether you are in America, whether you are in Australia, whether you are in Asia, whether you are in Africa. No matter where you are, you can still make money in the digital world. One thing I can tell you guys is the world has so much changed. If you still consider this phone to just be a toy, something just to play with, I pity you, my friend. If you have a following, like a big following, you can make a lot of money in the digital space, a lot of it. Because the digital businesses, they have two sides. One side is for the business to provide the value of the product they provide. Now, the other side of the business is marketing for them or becoming an agent for them. You market for them. And marketing is free. You are a freelancer. I am a crypto trader, but because I use this robot called Royal Q, it is made by a company in Singapore. And they have that side of marketing Royal Q. And my dear friend, the bonuses I make from just marketing Royal Q are insane. I'm not the only one. People who joined earlier on are now not even working. They are just home enjoying money. Because if you can make $1,000, $10,000 a month, why should you hustle hard? Why? And I am talking about a constant stream of income, where you don't need to do a lot of things, where you don't need to hustle a lot, but just on your phone. All you have to do is check how much money have I made today. How much money have I made today? When you get to the marketing side of Royal Q, my dear friend, you don't even need to trade. Because whenever the people who you preached Royal Q to and they joined, whenever they make profits, you get bonuses. These bonuses are small, but the larger the people you have under you, the larger the amount of money you make every day. Every day as a must, you have to make money. Every day as a must. Whether it's training, whether you have somebody dead, whether you are in the hospital, whether you are in jail, please use your brain to make money. What sits in the digital world is your mindset. It has made a lot of people rich. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and a lot of all these other gentlemen. So